sorry about this, Anna, but I will be taking Harry from you. He said that he wants to marry me instead.
What? What do you mean?
Yesterday was your 5-year anniversary, right? He didn't show up to the restaurant though, did he? And I know you couldn't get a hold of him, and he wasn't replying to your messages either. That's because the two of us have been together since yesterday, and he was busy.
If you know all of that, and even that he didn't reply to me, then you really must have been with him. But you're telling me that he said that he wants to marry you? We've been friends for ages, and now you're saying that you've stolen my boyfriend from me? And not just my boyfriend, but my fiancé?
Well, that's why I said sorry. I know that the wedding wasn't too far away either, so sorry about all of this. And he really is the golden child who is going to be taking over his dad's company sometime in the future as well.
Why would you do that to me? How could you? We've been best friends ever since middle school.
It's exactly because we're best friends that I did it. We've known each other for so long, but you were going to get married before me? And to someone like that as well? There's no way I would just sit back and let you marry such a great guy while I was over here with no one.
Are you being serious right now? That's not what friends are supposed to do to each other.
Maybe not, but the two of us are 31 already. All of our other friends have gotten married and started families over the years, but I didn't even have a boyfriend for the longest time. And now my best friend was also going to go ahead and get married and leave me behind? Try to imagine how pathetic I felt when I found that out.
Why would you feel pathetic about that? Who cares at what age you get married? Age has nothing to do with finding someone you want to spend your life with. And you're a good woman. I know that you would have been able to find a good guy to marry as well.
Shut up! You betrayed me by planning on getting married before me. I don't want to hear a single word like that from you. Now, if it was someone not like Harry, like a guy who was unemployed or had whatever other problems, then I still would have forgiven you for it. But not this time. You don't get to marry someone like Harry while I am left alone.
How can you even think like this? You should be happy for me, not jealous. You should have been there celebrating with me at my wedding and not trying to take Harry away from me. Are you really going to throw away our long friendship like this? Do none of the years we spent together matter to you at all?
Who cares about a long friendship? I'm going to be marrying into money, and that is way more important to me than some friend from school.
I really can't believe what I'm hearing. I thought we were best friends.
You always were a good friend, to be honest, Anna. And that's why we have been best friends for so long. But just because you're my best friend doesn't mean that you're going to give me money to buy whatever I want and make it so that I don't have to worry about working anymore. Are you? You're not going to be the one to let me live a luxurious life and do whatever I want whenever I want to. But Harry will. So don't you think that it was quite a simple choice in the end? He promised me that once we get married, I'll even get about $10,000 a month to spend on whatever I want. And he will take me places and spoil me all the time as well. What's a friend compared to that? When he said that to me, it was clear that I needed to drop you and go along with him instead.
I still don't believe this is happening to me right now. Hannah, this doesn't make sense. Don't do this to me.
Too late. It's already done and decided, and nothing you say will change anything. Harry and I are going to get married, and of course the two of us are no longer friends. So don't be expecting an invitation to the wedding or anything like that. You won't be getting one. You can just watch from your house by looking at my photos and videos on social media. Don't cry too much. It'll make your face all puffy, and then it'll be even harder for you to keep a man. Bye now!
Harry, what the hell is going on? You need to explain yourself right now. I just got a message from Hannah saying that you were with her all yesterday and today as well.
Wait, what?
If you were planning on breaking up with me, then you should have been man enough to just say it to me straight. Instead of trying to ghost me and leave all my messages unread, you should have just said it when you realized. You're such a coward and a cheater.
Scary. God, I didn't think you would react like this. I thought that you would be crying somewhere, but here you are, mad as hell. But this is exactly what I don't like about you. That's exactly one of the reasons that I just threw you to the side.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what it sounds like. You get so easily riled up and emotional, and I don't like it. But at the least, I'll apologize for cheating on you. I mean, we were about to get married soon too, so sorry for that. But I met a woman who is 10 times better than you in every way. What else was I supposed to do? Every man wants to get married to the best woman he can get, so it's only natural that I would choose Hannah over you.
So what? I'm supposed to just forgive you for that and say, oh well.
Not exactly, but what else was I supposed to do? Stay with you when I had someone like Hannah right in front of me? There was nothing else for me to do. She is 10 times better looking than you. I knew that you had a friend who used to be a model, but I didn't expect her to still look like that. I guess that explains why you didn't introduce her to me sooner. You knew that I would fall for her instead.
You obviously don't regret anything, and you don't even try to apologize properly. Instead, you're going to just try and put me down even further? What kind of man are you?
You're the one who told me to just be straight and tell you how it is. Don't get angry at me now that you don't like what the truth sounds like. I'm just doing as you asked, so don't get mad at me for that.
What did you say? This is my fault now?
Look, we've been together for 5 years at this point, so I know that you must have pretty strong feelings for me. So, let's just make a deal then, huh? How about that? After I get married to Hannah, I will let you stay around as my mistress. Sounds good, right?
Are you kidding me right now?
From your perspective as well, it's not a bad deal, right? I'm sure you would be happy with that arrangement too.
Shut the hell up and stop with the stupid jokes. Who on earth would agree to be your mistress? From today onwards, we are completely done. Don't ever message me ever again. I don't want to see or talk to you for the rest of my life.
Are you sure you're okay with that? You really want to cut things off that strongly? Remember that this is me we're talking about. I'm the heir to my dad's fortune and company, remember? I'm sure you're going to regret what you just said for the rest of your life.
Just because you're the heir to a company, so what? Who cares about that? That fact doesn't give you the right to just do what you want and treat people like they're nothing. I will never forgive you for what you have done. One day, you will regret what you did and what you have just said to me. I promise you that right now. But once you realize, it will already be too late to come crying to me to forgive you. Just remember that.
God, there's nothing more embarrassing than to listen to the hysterical crying and threats of a woman who has just been rejected. Sorry, but none of what you said will be happening. I haven't regretted a single thing in my life, and I don't plan on starting now. But I will do as you asked, and I won't ever contact you again. There is no chance that you will ever find a guy as good as me again, but all the best with looking for someone to be with so that you don't die old and alone.
Hey, Anna! Guess what? Harry and I just got married! We didn't have a wedding, but the two of us went to City Hall to put in the papers.
Well, congratulations then. What a memorable day for the two of you who don't have a drop of shame between you.
Come on, stop it with that. You don't need to act like that just because you're jealous of me. Even if you do that, it's not like Harry is going to go back to you anyway. The two of us are living our best lives together after all.
Sounds great for you.
And he's going to get me an engagement ring too, even though we got married already. Of course it's going to be diamonds. There's no need to even mention it, really. We went to look at some last weekend, and he looked at the biggest, most precious diamonds and told me that I am the only one in the world fit to own something like that.
Wow, sounds like he's being real romantic with you.
Oh, isn't he? I was almost embarrassed I went bright red. He even said that in front of the shopkeeper. But he doesn't care where he is. He just says what he feels. I really do love that. Even when we are in the car being driven somewhere, he continually tells me how much he loves me. I almost feel sorry for the driver that has to listen to that all the time. Oh, and by driver, I mean our own private chauffeur. When we came back from the city hall, he told me that he got the two of us a present to celebrate our marriage, and it was a car with our very own chauffeur. Isn't that fantastic?
What? Are you kidding me? He never gave me any present like that when we got engaged.
Oh, really? You were just about to get married and he didn't get you anything at all? I guess that just proves that he never really loved you after all. Oh, actually, I don't think that is true. Otherwise, he never would have wanted to marry you in the first place. But what it does prove is that he loves me a lot more than he loved you, and that's why he decided to get me such a lavish gift.
I guess that must be it.
Really? I'm so happy right now that I'm almost anxious. Is it even okay for someone to be as happy as I am? At first, I just went for Harry because I was annoyed at seeing you happy. But I never thought that he would make me so happy and let me live a life like this.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that you're having a great time of it. After all, this marriage did cost you your best friend, so it better be worth something. Even I would almost feel sorry for you if you weren't happy in the end.
As if I need any pity from someone like you. Stop trying to act like you're coping with this so easily. You lost this game. This last month, a bunch of other friends also got engaged and are planning to get married soon. But you lost your fiancé right before you were supposed to get married, and now you're back to square one. It's about time that you got back onto the dating scene as well to look for a new partner. Don't you think?
What? Why are you giving me unsolicited advice now? You were the one who put me into this position.
I know, so it's the least I can do. You need to be on dating apps from morning to night. And you should sign up to a bunch of different online dating sites as well that aren't just apps like Tinder and Hinge. You're more likely to find someone who is looking for an actual relationship on the real websites where people have to pay money to interact with others. Otherwise, you'll just meet a bunch of guys looking for a hookup and nothing else. Then you can also go to some mixers or speed dating places. If you do all of that, then I'm sure you will also find someone after some time.
Is that what you were doing yourself to find a man, Hannah?
Of course I was. I did my best to find a good man to get married to. I didn't want to compromise on some things that I think are important, so I tried to put in the effort. But in the end, I am also 31 years old. It doesn't matter how good you might look. Men are always going to go for someone younger than you. You can also feel the pain and frustration of losing to some 20-year-old brat who has nothing in their head but is good-looking and young.
Hannah, just give it a rest, please.
But who would have thought that my own happiness was actually so close at hand that all I needed to do was stick my hand out and grab it? And now that I did, I got myself a great husband. We'll soon get a stunning diamond ring, and before too much longer, I'll also be getting a crazy big house, too.
What? He's even going to buy you a house as a present?
The house won't be from Harry, actually. It sounds like it's his parents who are going to buy it for us as a gift. To say congratulations on the marriage.
Are you serious?
I sure am. I guess wealthy business owners like them really do live in a completely different world from us and most other people. To just be able to fork out so much money to buy a house as a wedding gift? It's almost unbelievable. But I will be the one receiving it, so I'm obviously thrilled about it. Seriously, my life is about to get so easy, I just can't stop laughing to myself about it. I really hit the jackpot, and now it's everything on easy mode from now on.
I think there's been some kind of mistake because Harry doesn't have any parents.
Wait, what does that mean?
It means that I don't think you will actually be getting any house for a gift or anything from them at all, really. He no longer has wealthy parents like that anymore.
I don't know what you mean by that. Why are you saying something strange like that? Both of his parents are still alive. I'm sure about that. I went to visit them as well to tell them that the two of us got married.
Who said that they died? I never said anything like that. But they decided to disown Harry, though. So even though they are still alive, he doesn't have any parents anymore in that sense.
What do you mean they disowned him? They wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, they did. They essentially decided to cut all ties with him and not treat him as a member of the family anymore. Even though he was engaged and set to get married, he had an affair with his fiance's best friend and then called the wedding off. Then at the same time, he even offered me to be his mistress while he was married to you. Do you really think that they want someone as scummy as him and their family to ruin their reputation and image? I don't think it's too surprising what they did based on his words and actions.
You're really being serious now? This isn't just a joke?
It's not a joke at all. They said that they have no need for someone like him in their family anymore. They decided to cut ties with him right after I told them about everything that happened between us.
Wait just a second here. Harry asked you to be his mistress even though him and I were getting married?
Yeah. What, he didn't tell you that one? He said that since the two of us had been together for 5 years, I must still have feelings for him and want to be with him in any form that I could. Of course, I told him where he could go and refused. But he still had the nerve to ask me something like that right after I found out that you two were having an affair.
I don't understand what's going on. Even though he has me, he still tried to keep you around as well? That's impossible. That just can't be the case. And getting disowned by his family as well? None of this makes any sense to me at all. Why would something like that happen just from calling off a wedding? What's the problem with that?
Just calling off a wedding? You really don't think it's a big deal?
Of course it isn't. People do things like that all the time. It's not like he committed a crime or hurt somebody. Why would they disown him just from making a personal choice like this? Harry just realized that you weren't his dream woman and that I was, and that he wanted to be with me instead of you. Would his parents rather that he married the wrong person and then lived a miserable married life? That doesn't make sense. They should want what's best for him. He was supposed to be the one to inherit the company and keep it going as a family business. It doesn't make sense for them to cut him out like this. Not his parents, and not even from a business sense either.
And just why do you think that he was the one who was going to inherit the company?
What do you mean? He told me that was what was going to happen.
His parents never planned on passing the reins to the business down to him.
This has to be a lie. Tell me that you're lying!
Sorry, but I'm not lying one bit. Although it's a family business, their motto is to not mix private and family matters into the running of the company. When we were together, they told me a whole bunch of times that they aren't planning on just giving the company down to their son because he is their son. That's not how they do things. So if I was wanting to marry him because of that, I should just give it up and find someone else.
I can't believe this!
Just think about it yourself for a second and you will see how much sense it makes. If they gave the company over to him, it would be over. It would crash and burn in no time. Just think about how he spends money and loves luxury. He has no financial sense at all. If they were always planning on passing the company down to him, don't you think they would have tried harder to knock some sense into him while he was growing up? But instead, he grew up into this laid-back and reckless kind of guy.
Well, if you put it like that, I can see where you're coming from.
They told me that they wanted him to be able to grow up as a normal kid and not having to live up to any kind of future expectations. So they did what they needed to do as parents, but nothing more. Everything after that was his own choice. What hobbies to do, how much he studied, and what school he tried to get in. All of that Harry was free to choose for himself. They just wanted me to understand that he wasn't about to inherit a fortune and to make sure that I understood what I was getting into if I was serious about getting married to Harry. And I still decided to marry him knowing that, of course.
Really? Even knowing that?
Yeah, of course. But to be honest, I was a little anxious about how things would work out between us. Since he grew up so rich, there's a lot of common sense he lacks, and he doesn't see the world in the same way as the average person. And he can be quite arrogant sometimes because of it as well. But his parents were always kind enough to say that if there were ever any problems, to make sure to come and tell them, and they would help me in whatever way they could. So thanks to that, I decided that it was worth any risk marrying someone like that might have, and planned on going through with it.
But now you've gone ahead and snitched on me and Harry to his parents, haven't you? You told them that I was your best friend but had an affair with Harry to take your place as his wife. You told them everything, didn't you?
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? They even took the blame on themselves and said that they were too lenient in raising him, so he turned out like this with a sense of entitlement. And they paid me back all of the money that I had spent booking the wedding, and even gave me the part that they had put in for as well as a way of saying sorry for what Harry did to me. And of course, they also told me that they would be cutting ties with him because he needed to finally learn a lesson.
I don't believe it. You could have just kept your mouth shut. You didn't need to go and talk to them.
Maybe I didn't need to, but I did anyway. In any case, there's no chance that you're getting anything from them, let alone a house. So I guess you will have to buy one on your own. Try and ask Harry to buy one and see what he says, I guess. But anyway, that's all I have to say to you. Bye.
Anna, what am I supposed to do? You won't believe what my parents said to me. They said that there's no way that I'll be taking over the company when Dad retires. I'm out of it, and I'm out of the family as well, they said. From today, they told me to never show my face around the house again. They said that they are done with me. What is going on? Why is this happening just because I called off the wedding with you?
So you're also saying the same thing that Hannah said. You didn't just call off a wedding. Neither you nor Hannah seem to understand just what you did.
What do you mean? All I did was break things off with you, and that's all. They canceled the credit card that they had given me, and I work at one of the subsidiary companies, but they said that they're going to fire me from that position as well. I was so sure that I was going to be the one to take over in the future, but now they just came straight out and said that there's no way that that will happen. What is happening to me? It is not fair.
They're doing this exactly so you can come up with the answer to your own question.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're asking yourself, why did this have to happen to you? Or what did I do to make things end up like this, and other questions of the sort. Well, think about that long and hard and reflect on what you have done.
And what's going to happen from me reflecting on it? Is anything going to change? Will reflecting bring things back to how they were before? I wonder if Mom and Dad will forgive me that way. Or maybe they'll let me take over the company in the future after all.
How would I know any of that? They're your parents, so you should know better than me what they might do or how they think.
Seriously, what am I supposed to do now? My parents are the kind of people who really go through with something that they say. Once they have made up their mind, they don't easily change it.
Well then, you have to just give up on relying on them and try to do things on your own from now on. You have a wife now who you need to look after as well. So it's about time you stop relying on your parents and live your own life with your own strength. Anyway, I wish the best for you and Hannah. I hope the two of you have a long and happy marriage.
Anna, it was all true! What you said really did end up happening. I checked with Harry, and he said that his parents really did disown him for what he did. What are the two of us supposed to do now? We can't live the kind of lavish life that we were able to before. And he now has no job and no money that he can use for whatever he wants. He's at home now almost in shock and crying at the whole situation.
Well, you had better do your best to cheer him up and support him through this time.
And why should I have to do something like that? I'm the one who wants to burst into tears right now.
Because you're his wife and that's what you should do to help him?
I don't care about that right now. What happened to my easy life that I was supposed to be able to enjoy? Not only that, but we got a bunch of invoices that we have to pay as well.
What are you talking about? What invoices?
His parents sent invoices asking him to pay back the money that they gave you for the wedding costs. They said that they just paid you up front so that you got the money without any issues, but that he needs to pay them back in full since it's his fault.
Oh, that does sound like a bit of a problem. The amount they gave me was no small sum.
You think I don't know that? $50,000? How are we supposed to pay that back when he doesn't even have a job anymore? And why should we anyway? They were the ones who decided to pay you the money without asking us a single thing about it. They're also asking him to pay back the money that he used on the credit card to buy me the diamond ring as well. We've only been married for a little while and now we're already up to our ears in debt? This isn't how things are supposed to be.
Is the ring the one that you were so proud that you were going to be getting? He ended up buying it for you after all?
Yeah, he did. And then almost right after that, we heard the news that he was being cut out from everything. I married him because he was going to make sure I had an easy life, and now look what's happening. I thought that he was going to buy it with his own money, but he used the credit card his parents gave him.
That's a bit of a shame now, isn't it? But I guess from their point of view, it makes sense. Why should they be the ones to pay for your diamond ring? Why not just go and return it?
You can't just go and return something like that. The value dropped so much, and they told us that we can't even do it anyway because the card that we used to buy it is no longer valid. Now we have no choice but to pay for it ourselves.
You need to stop acting like you're a victim here because you're not. Neither his parents nor the staff at the store did anything wrong. It's your fault that things ended like this, so now you have to deal with the outcomes. You shouldn't buy things that you can't afford or use money that you don't actually have.
I'm going to cry. I can't deal with all of this. I was so happy to finally get married, but now I'm saddled with debt.
Then why not just get a divorce? It doesn't seem that there are any more benefits to you to be married to Harry.
I know that there aren't, but I still can't get a divorce either. It was impossible for me to find someone before, and now that I finally got a man, I have to divorce him? I can't go back onto that horrible dating scene that I finally got out from.
Well then, the two of you just need to put your heads together and figure something out. If you find a cheap place to rent and both work, you will be able to pay everything off somehow. It might take some time, but it's not impossible.
Why are you being so indifferent to this? Your best friend is in trouble and you won't do anything to help me but offer obvious advice? Don't you think you should be offering to lend me some money for now? Or invite me to stay at yours for a while? Isn't that what friends are supposed to do in circumstances like this?
And who is this best friend that you are talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't have a best friend anymore. There was this one day that my best friend told me that she had been having an affair with my fiancé and that we were no longer friends. And I haven't had a best friend since that day.
Hold on a second, Anna. Don't be like that now.
Since you're not a friend or anything to me anymore, I will be blocking your number as well.
Wait, don't do that!
Good luck dealing with everything. You chose Harry over me, so you better do your best to make sure that decision was worth it. All the best. Right after that, I blocked both Hannah and Harry's numbers, and I haven't heard from them since, and have been able to live a quiet life without all the drama that they brought in. The two of them tried to sell whatever valuables they had in order to pay off some of the debts that they owed, but of course it was just a drop in the ocean compared to the whole sum. Harry struggled to find a job after that too, since his resume was limited as he had always relied on his parents for employment. After failing to be hired for a while, he finally got a job at the same place as Hannah, and they are doing their best together. However, since Harry had to start at a low-level position, seeing him go from a wealthy and powerful businessman to a run-of-the-mill office employee has really disillusioned Hannah. And now she needs to tell herself every day that she made the right decision and it wasn't a mistake to marry Harry, just to not admit to herself that she messed things up for herself.